Good afternoon, everybody. We got to talk about this death cross. So a lot of people kind of freaking out about the death cross that has come into the market here. So for those who are unaware, it is the weekly that everybody is referencing. It is the weekly 50 crossing below the weekly 200. This is not traditionally what is considered to be a death cross. A death cross, traditionally speaking, is actually on the daily chart, and it is the daily 50 crossing below the 200. The daily 200. We'll dive into some charts and see what we can see in terms of what we can compare this to in previous cycles, make notes as to where I think we are in the market, and kind of go from there. But from my opinion as a content creator, specifically talking about cryptocurrency on YouTube, what I can say is clickbait is real, okay? And you need to identify that these creators are doing everything that they can to try and get you to click on their video, myself included. So when you see these thumbnails that say death cross or bullish golden cross, they're playing into your emotions. And that's like, in all of TA, there is no title more clickbaity than death cross. I'll just say that, full stop. That is the ultimate clickbait title that you could possibly make inside of cryptocurrency. So in my opinion, I feel that any opportunity that people are given to lean into that, they take it. In my opinion, I think it's just a little bit misleading. But anyways, let's go ahead and dive into the chart here on Bitcoin. All right, so as you can see, the 50 is represented by this green line, and the red is the 200 on this chart here. So if we take a look back at history, we have never actually traded below the 200 ever. So, let's talk about why this is bearish. Well, it's the first data point that we've ever had inside of Bitcoin's history where we have traded below the 200. So we need to make note of that. In the first kind of blow off cycle here back in 2015, held as support, rallied hard off of that, and then continued another bull market, staying on top of the 50. Now we go back and we can see the 2019, 2020, it held as bear market support, it held as COVID capitulation support, and then we got on top of the 50 and rallied into the bear market or the bull market that I'm sure a lot of you first got interested in cryptocurrency. And now here we are. So the bearish thing to make note of is we're below the 200. This has never happened before. Not only are we below the 200, but we have come up to the 200 for a bearish retest, and we're now getting a rejection from the 200 with a bearish, the 50 crossing down on the 200. So how can I be bullish? How can I be looking at this as a bullish chart? Well, credit where credit is due. This is not the most bullish chart, but with my strategy in particular, we use a completely different set of moving averages with a completely different mindset on strategy here. So what I am looking at with my indicator is alphanumerics. So we use different EMAs. We're using the 7, the 30, and the 50. And as far as alphanumerics is concerned, we're bullish. We have a green wave. We have transitioned from bear market conditions to bull market conditions. We got a purple candle here. This is the phantom candle, indicating that a big move is coming. And we've got a bullish cross here on the weekly, simple moving average, the 7 crossing above the 30. We're now holding on top of that. So, as far as my strategy is concerned, I need to maintain the fact that, I got to trade the strategy. A lot of people think that TA is some sort of crystal ball. And if you're new to technical analysis, I want you to get that out of your head immediately. TA is not a crystal ball. It does nothing for you to be able to predict the future. A lot of people lose sight of the fact that these candles that you're seeing on the chart, they are people. They're people buying and selling based on market sentiment, based on the availability of capital, based on interest rates. There's so many fundamental factors that go into why somebody's going to buy and why somebody is going to sell. You need to forget all of that. It is all about weighing the probabilities and initiating a strategy that can capitalize on the probabilities. So, what we have with alphanumerics is we have a very clear front to back trading strategy that over time has gained us, thousands and thousands of percents year over year. So you just need to follow it. When the signal says go, you go. When it says get out, you get out, and you just follow it with that very strict strategy in place. So when we look at these other things that all the other YouTubers are pushing, these weekly signals and all of that, you kind of just need to ignore the hype, because people are inherently emotion, and emotion will kill your profits. Emotion is a money killer. If you are in a profitable trade and you're looking at YouTube and you're just like, shit, I gotta get out, get out if it's part of your strategy. But if it's not, follow your strategy. 95% of traders lose money because they are not able to just stick to a strategy. Now, for those who are convinced that the bull cross has something to do with performance in this market, and they do employ it as a part of their strategy, we can go ahead and we can look at the actual daily chart. This is a real golden cross. So here we have a golden cross. We're coming down to potentially test the 50, but if you look up Investopedia, golden cross, death cross, it is the 50 daily moving average over the 200 daily moving average. So here we have a actual textbook golden cross. So what are you going to believe? Are you going to believe a bunch of YouTubers that are trying to pander into the hype, or are you going to take the technical, textbook definition of what a golden cross is and listen to that? So it's entirely up to you how you trade and invest in these markets, but just wanted to hop on, share my thoughts. To sum it up, I pretty much think that it's a lot of hype, it's a lot of bullshit, it's just more YouTube bullshit that's just happening in the markets. It gets clicks, it gets views, it gets attention, and it gets people worked up. Find a strategy that works for you. Stick to the strategy. Ignore all of the noise. Ignore everything else. The less you know to conflict with your initial strategy, the better and the more successful you're going to see. That's all the time I got for today. If you guys enjoyed this content, please leave it a like. Don't forget to subscribe. If there are anything, if there's anything that you want to add, let me know in the comments below. Let me know if you think we're going to go up, if you think we're going to go down, we're going to go sideways. Let me know your thoughts. And until next time, please trade safe. It is a jungle out there. Peace.